Hi, and welcome to our DELMIA podcast, Globe Operations on the Go. Today we continue our Transformation Journey Note series, a four-step guide to drive your industrial transformation journey. We'll discuss further Note 2, the four-step maturity transformation model for operations, with additional insight on digital transformation strategy and maturity assessment process with Frederique Bourdoulous. Frederique is managing the DELMIA Manufacturing Consulting team in the DELMIA brand. She joined Dassault Systems 3 years ago, and prior she was production manager and industrial program manager for an industrial company. She is also black belt certified and has 20 years experience in lean and manufacturing. Welcome, Frederique. So, what is the role of the manufacturing consulting team at Dassault Systems?
Thanks for inviting me, Series. So we are a team of experienced consultants with a strong background in the manufacturing environment. We are knowledgeable in all industries and in the IT ecosystems. And we have also experience on the financial analysis, and I have to say that we are all Lean Six Sigma certified. So the role of manufacturing consulting team is to help our customers launch or accelerate their digital transformation. To do this, so we have developed an end-to-end transformational engagement model driven by measurable business outcomes with progressive transformation stages, which is increased quality and business value for our clients.
All right, thanks for your explanation. So why are companies currently starting or accelerating their transformation?
It's even more important today, So we live in uncertain times, and many companies have to fit to stay alive. And especially with the COVID-19 crisis. So this transformation for manufacturing has become more urgent. Plants need to adapt their production lines to keep people distancing, for example, and constantly adapt their production volumes to the available workforce. And also another thing, which is not new, so clients have always been demanding, but it's true, they have amped up their expectation. They want their customized order delivered as quick as possible, and for sure at the same price. Manufacturer needs to be flexible to consistently adapt their processes to answer to this demand. And the last point I will mention is the need to digitize the business is fast become non-negotiable. If you are not transforming your business and yourself, you will fail to adapt the new market realities.
All right, great. So you mentioned digitize. Did you actually mean digital transformation?
As I said, transformation is key to remain in the race, to be more flexible, to support pressure coming from the environment, and to reduce the operational costs. And yes, the digitalization is another lever to modernize the processes. But when we say digital transformation is not just an assembly of new tools or devices, it's more than just data and connectivity. It's an entire new model for manufacturing. New technologies allow manufacturers to develop new business plans and new processes to enter new markets. In other words, these technologies allow manufacturers to produce better and faster than ever. And here the objective is to achieve the manufacturing excellence by providing flexibility and sustainability in this quickly evolving market. Leveraging the latest technology makes also your current workforce more productive, collect the best practices and capitalize knowledge of your workforce, and finally makes your company more attractive for recruiting newcomers. I have recently read a survey done by Hitachi Vantara, and the overall responses indicate that many companies will struggle to scale their digital implementation. 35% of respondents agreeing that a lack of clear roadmap is a top challenge. And 40% of large companies have a long-term digital transformation strategic roadmap in place, but only 18% of mid-sized manufacturers, 18%. So it's clear that with digital transformation, if you want to maximize return of investment and experience more sustained growth, so you need a clear long-term strategy.
All right, so I'm sure listeners would like to know just a few things. What is the strategy that companies need to apply? How can a company or a manufacturer know what they have to do? And really, how can they start their digital transformation?
First thing to do is to understand where you are. Then you can build up a strategy where you want to go. You know, all businesses are structured through processes. Process management is at the heart of strategic changes. So to start a business transformation, you have to start by identifying your maturity for your manufacturing processes. Like that, you can understand your company's strengths and the areas for improvement to define your plan to transform your company.
So can you describe the process's maturity?
In our methodology, we have identified 4 maturity levels. So in fact, 4 stages for transformation. The first one, the institutionalized processes. At this stage, process may exist, but not fully documented and not shared across sites. So the execution of processes is often manual, and if they are automated, companies are only using an ERP. So the first need here is to standardize processes. So this is the baseline for improvement. Then the second level of maturity is when the processes are standardized and automated. So this level corresponds to the average of the industry. So here a core system exists. Successful companies are implementing MES system, other standalone system, in order to support their processes. Those systems are generally not integrated to each other and not integrated to the ERP. And at this stage, business performance already improves as this system delivers real value over manual operation. But here, the need is to integrate processes. So the third level of the maturity is the mature level with the compressed processes. Compressed processes because here the focus was put on the re-architecting business processes and compressing organizational silos. Manufacturing processes are integrated with supply chain, for example. Systems are linked to processes and integrated to each other. The connection between upstream and downstream processes provide real-time status, predict future states, and allow to improve quality. And, at least, the last level, the world-class level, where we can say all processes are optimized. And as this final step, so all the system moved to a unified platform across all technical functions and covering all processes. Silos are compressed and processes are reshaped. Processes become an intelligent decision-making system.
Thanks for the details, Frederique. Coming back to your role, how can Dassault Systems help their customers?
As mentioned previously, clients need first to assess the current situation, to understand their strengths, the pain point on their processes, and define step by step what they want to improve and create their transformation roadmap. So for that, we are able to drive a maturity assessment for our client. We have developed a standard approach based on our 15 years experience and at least 200 consulting missions. So we meet the client, we visit their manufacturing sites, and we organize one day of interviews per site where clients describe their processes. Production, quality, logistic, even manufacturing engineering, okay? And also which system they use in order to support their processes. Based on this, we classify the maturity of each functional capability using the 4 different levels that I have described earlier. Taking into account their maturity level, we give them some strategic recommendation to move forward on the next level. We propose an overview of what could be their improvement plan to become more mature and what they need to focus on.
Can you share any examples with us?
Yeah, sure. Recently, I have made a maturity assessment for a company delivering industrial equipment. So they have documented processes supported by standalone systems. So they have an ERP and some homemade systems, which are not covering 100% of the process. But we can say they are at the formal level, so meaning at the average level of the industrial company. They have standardized processes, and some of them are automated. But they could achieve better performance and reduce their operational costs by getting the next maturity level. For that, first, they need to get better visibility and better control on what happened on their shop floor. They need to track their execution on real time to get traceability and impact performance and productivity. Then, they have also to synchronize quality, logistic with production in order to increase productivity, throughput, and here impact their capacity. And to definitively achieve next level of the transformation and increase their competitiveness, the last thing we have recommended to them is to connect the execution with the upstream processes to get digital continuity.
Great. Wow. There's a lot of really good information, Frederique. I appreciate this. So just to kind of recap some takeaways, maturity assessment is a strong change management tool for companies to get a outside-in perspective of where they should invest resources to increase their maturity and where they have to start their digital transformation journey to ultimately improve their business performance. Also, I just wanted to recap some of the topics that you touched on. The first one, the institutionalized processes. The second level of maturity is when the processes are standardized and automated. The third level of maturity is the mature level with compressed processes. And let me see. So the fourth level, the last level, is the world-class level where we can say all processes are optimized. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. So then can you tell us more about the next research note?
Yeah, sure. So, Dassault Systèmes has developed the Transformation Journey research series to help clients understand and succeed in transformation. So together, as you said, we have reviewed the 4 stages in the transformation journey to provide help in assessing the organization status, maturity level, and next step in that journey. So in the third research note, we go beyond digital technologies and maturity to outline the key consideration in planning the transformation journey. We will come back on why it's become a priority, what is needed to take into account to calculate the payback, and especially why it's important to use a value-based approach to change processes and not only change or implement new systems.
Excellent. So I'm going to let our audience know that they can find more information that will be available on our DELMIA YouTube channel, DELMIA blog, and social media, where there's a link to download the paper.
Thanks for taking time to discuss about the strategy and how to start and accelerate the journey of digital transformation. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for being our guest today, Frederique. I'm your host, Therese Snow, and thank you for listening to Global Operations on the Go.